welcome back everyone. Wow, I cannot believe that I made that log hop. It was like the slowest wheelie I've ever done, but hey, I guess that's the benefit of a two-stroke, right? You can just lean back and just throttle a little bit and up comes that front wheel. So this week we're at Orr Lake again. I've come here this week with Derek, Steve, and a new guy, Dave. So we've come back to just experience the bumpy rocks again, but oh boy, today is extremely hot. Extremely hot. Just ignore that fool. Oh jeez. I make it over the rocks nice and slow. I'm trying to do the balancing, and then I just do this dumbass fall afterwards. Oh my god. And I still haven't learned. So yes, we come back to just experience the bumpy surface for the other guys today, but boy did we choose a questionable day. So it's like 34, 35 degrees out today, but not only that, it's extremely humid. So I think the humidity index pushes it to like 41, 42. So we were really struggling today. And obviously it's super dry, so as a result of being super dry, it's super dusty. So I'm just trying to keep back a little bit, drive a little slower, take some more bumpy, interesting lines to deliberately make it more complicated for myself, make the trail a little bit more taxing. I'm very happy with this log hop. Yeah, made it over nice and clean. I think this is that point where Derek needed a bit of a rest. It's just so hot, we had to take a lot of breaks. Otherwise, we're just going to get heat exhaustion and have some questionable problems, like I have later on once the other guys had left. But you'll see that later in the episode. So yeah, last week I had some squeaky suspension. It seemed to come on after I was riding it, and then once the bike had cooled down a little bit, it seemed to go away. So I was thinking it's probably not the internals of the bike, it's more like the seals or something. Like as the oil heats up, the metal tube gets thicker, and then as it gets slightly thicker, the rubber is rubbing on it and causing the squeaky noise. But I went online, I got some advice about, like, check the steering bolts, check the alignment of the front forks, and to pop the covers off and give it a bit of a grease. So I did all of those, and lo and behold, one of them has sorted it out. I don't know which one it was. I don't think the forks were unaligned. I don't think my steering was loose. So I'm assuming the grease and the clean helped. I've cleaned the front under the dust covers a few times, but I've just never greased it, so I just gave it a bit of a grease, like very light grease, and then cleaned all the excess off, and well, I rode nice through the bumpy trails, and I didn't get any more squeaks or any problems like that. So that, for now, I guess is sorted. So the next thing I tried to do, because I was like, maybe I could. I had my handlebars were in stock position since I got the bike. Like I just left them in the neutral point on zero in the middle thing, and now I don't feel like I needed to move them forward or backwards on the bike. But what I did was I rotated them fully forwards to +3 marked on the handlebars to try and get more of a naturally aggressive turning circle. And oh my god, I did not realize how much of a difference it made. Like I felt that I could turn on a dime inside these trails. Oh wow, like whoa, that is a shockingly big change. So I suspect now the bike is probably going to be unstable at speed. Like if I'm going quick, right, you sacrifice turning for speed, stability, or vice versa. But I don't ever go very quick anyway, so like why not put it more aggressive, especially in these sort of conditions, because this is what I mostly ride, just like single trails, and I never go quick, so I don't need that high speed stability. So yeah, I rolled the handlebars forward to the most aggressive point just to see what it was like. But annoyingly, I was unscrewing one of the handlebars, sorry, not the handlebars, unscrewing one of the bark busters on the right hand side. And I did it a little too much, and then it popped out, and I'm just like, oh, okay. So then I tried to put it back in, but then I guess at some point I've either bent my handlebars or I've bent the bark busters themselves, because I can't get the end back in properly. So it's kind of like semi-bolted on, but has added like an extra inch of width to the side of my handlebars for now. I think if I get a spacer or I have to go rummage through the box and find the spacers, I'll be able to get it like reset up nicely, and you know, hopefully that will help it fit back together properly, because I don't really want my handlebars wider, as today I didn't hit any trees like last time, but I definitely clipped the corner of the handlebars on some trees, and I guess it's because it's wider than it should be and I'm not used to it. So yeah, we came back out and really enjoying these trails. Oh my god, it was a really good day, but holy shit, it was so hot, and simultaneously so dusty. So yeah, it was really good to get out with the new guy Dave. He said that he was riding motocross when he was younger, so he was a good rider, and obviously it's great fun to ride with Derek and Steve. They're always an absolute blast to have a good day out with, and you know, they're always going to be a good sport about everything. So despite the heat, I was really happy with the progress that I had made going back along these trails again today. Like, sure, I rode them again, but I don't really remember any of them. It was quite a long trail, but I was trying the same techniques as last week, you know, trying to be a bit more sharp with the braking, and like, you know, put some effort into the actual leaning, weighting the pegs, staying up on the pegs and not coming off, and a few times maybe in the past I might have dabbed my foot, and I was just really consciously trying to just be like, nope, stay on the pegs, make sure you stay the pegs, try and, you know, turn with the rear brake and stuff like that, and just really just trying to practice these techniques to keep myself improving each time that I come out riding. And the other guys are not that far behind me. They're very close. You can probably see them. I keep seeing them through the bushes and stuff like that, so it's not like I'm rocket shipping through the woods or anything like this. But I'm just trying to really just make sure that I'm just practicing the getting really comfortable. Really want to try and lean the bike in the dirt, whilst, you know, just keeping my balance and practicing those basic techniques to make sure that I'm a more competent rider. Yeah, so I'm very happy with today's progress, even with it being 40 odd out. I think to this day I actually drank about 6 litres of water. I finished by the time I got home, because I carry 3 in my bag, and I took there was an extra 3 in the car, and I got through all of it. And the 3 in my bag I'd put salts in, just because water's just not good enough on a day like this. You have to put the salts in, otherwise you're gonna just start feeling really bad in the stomach, and your head's gonna start to get really cloudy. And this, even though I had the salts, I still started getting a little bit heat exhausted later on in the day. The other guys called it a bit earlier than me, probably sensibly, but I was like, well, you know, I'll just do an extra hour, I'll just take it easy. Oh, a little too fast over that log hop, but oh well. Eventually. I was a little bit too happy to send it over the logs, but it was clear on the other side, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, so I started getting a little bit hot when I was by myself later on in the afternoon after the guys had left. I'm going on the trails, everything is nice and dandy, and then I just dropped the bike on one of the corners. It was like 5 kilometers per hour. Didn't really think much of it. So here I am going along, and I'm like, yeah, this is fun. I'm having a good time. You know, keep going, and then
I ran out of fuel, probably. I hope.
I've run out of fuel. Wait, have I run out of fuel? Now, did you see that? The fuel was on off, and I didn't even realize. So I put it to reserve, and then I'm like, wait a second, we've only done like 35 odd kilometers today. How am I on reserve already? Have I lost all my fuel? This is so confusing. So at this point, I'm like starting to panic because I'm by myself and quite far from everyone else. So I'm like, oh, all right, I'll go and check my bike out. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, well, it's on reserve. There's nothing leaking. I've got fuel in the tank. Nothing's broken or leaking this side. Nothing's hanging off. I'm like, this is weird. So I get back on the bike, and then I turn it straight back to off. And I don't even realize, because I'm that hot, that I just haven't realized I've turned it off. So after another few minutes, the bike turns off again, and then I realize I'm an idiot. I've turned it to off. So yeah, I was feeling too hot and I decided to call it a day. So that'll be the end of the video. See ya.